Katrina, getting the free coffee and meeting with my neighbors, and this was just such a refuge for me after the storm for a long time. Then I lived in the Marigny in May 2006. I moved down there, and now I have a house in the Irish Channel. So I know a lot of different parts of New Orleans. Granted, I'm nowhere near a New Orleanian. I can't claim my lineage back to high schools and things like this. So
you can't answer what high school did you go to?
No, I mean, I can, but not in New Orleans. So it's a little embarrassing.
That's the question here.
I'm from Kansas, so yeah. But you know, seeing these trucks everywhere, Hollywood trucks, seeing the fanfare around Treme, reading the local paper, which is just, you know, oozing with excitement always about the series. I thought, you know, this is exactly the kind of series that scholars get all worked up over, because it has everything, and, you know, the drama and the art and the political economy, and everything is there. And we actually had a conference in 2009, the National Conference for Cinema Studies was here in New Orleans, and there were 4 Treme panels. People from all over the world were coming here to present on Treme, the good, the bad, everything. So I took a selection from those, and then, as Wade said, I invited him also to comment. I wanted somebody who was local, somebody who understood the labor economy aspect of the show, to talk about the series. So that issue is going to be hot on the press in May, and I can send you, you know, articles from it, or if you're interested, I have a card, and I'm happy to share. You might want to edit that out for intellectual property reasons, but, you know, I will share. So basically, I just wanted to say that there are really, in that issue and in my interactions with scholars, 3 ways that scholars have looked at Treme and why they think it's important as a series. And then I can open it up and you can debate it or say how you think it's important, because it could be that scholars have missed the boat altogether, which, you know, in our ivory tower, I wouldn't doubt it. So the first way is simply Treme is art. And there are a lot of scholars who are heavily invested in the artistic qualities of Treme as art, as literature, everything from the mold-speckled opening looking like a, you know, Jackson Pollock painting, to the, excuse me, you know, continuous use of artistic tropes, metaphors, a lot of, you know, layers of significance that you don't find out, that unravel themselves in a kind of Dickensian serial format. You know, people who are really into television as art see David Simon as an auteur in the tradition of Robert Altman, in the tradition of Hitchcock, and, you know, as a director who, this is part of an oeuvre that he, you know, of his longer body of work, right? From Homicide to The Wire to Treme, right? To whatever follows after this, right? So there are many television scholars who, you know, want to understand Obermeyer and Simon as a creative team, as, you know, film tends to have auteurs, television tends to have creative team directions, or showrunners, or you know, famous writers who work in collaboration. So there are a lot of people who are very interested in this. They also then follow HBO's status as the quality station, the TV station that will take risks, that will do edgier programming, that will do more expensive programming in an era of very cheap reality TV. The fact that Treme costs about $10 million a season. That's a big investment compared to $100,000 for a reality show. So people are seeing how HBO and David Simon together create a kind of buzz that sells through what's called loss leader status. And that means that even if the ratings for Treme aren't high, the revenues are really high because they're selling box sets, they're selling music, they're selling all these ancillary products that are associated with the status of HBO and David Simon together. And they're creating this buzz that'll get awards, and that also, again, contributes to the status of the channel and will increase subscribers. So that's the first kind of way, right?